Oh, look at how gorgeous that is. Look at how much that pops. It's really, it kind of is that bright actually. Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Happy fall. Today is the first day of fall. It is the autumnal equinox, which is what I said, I believe, on when we recorded on September 1st. September 1st starts fall for me, even though fall is not official until the autumnal equinox, which is today, which is Wednesday, (22nd? Yeah, 22nd. What I'm wearing today, oh, there's a gnat. I hate gnats. Oh my god, I hate gnats. They're too small to catch or kill. And I have one of those grabber with the long thing, the grabber thing that someone bought me as a joke, and I use it all the time. I think I just used it earlier for some bug that was crawling on the floor. With the ones with pinchers that get in my lilies. I don't know what they're called. Earwigs or something. Oh, they're disgusting. Anyway. Hate gnats. Okay, anyway, what I'm wearing. Another one of my tops. Valley Yarns Northampton in Twilight Heather, which is a gorgeous, like, burgundy and purple. Which are not two colors that you think would like go together all that great, but it's heathered, and you know I love heathered things. So it's like a burgundy, and then it's mixed with this like bluey purple. It's very pretty. Anyway, I love the Northampton. I love Valley Yarns. I think it's the house brand for webs. So the Valley Yarn line, and then Northampton is whatever this. I think it's just 100% wool. I don't think it's Peruvian Highland. I don't remember what it is, but it's not superwash. Like I said, I don't like to use superwash in these tops because I want the grip to kind of hold the shape. Anyway, love them for these tops, absolutely. And Lola has a matching sweater in this color. Anyway, I'm trying to not go off the rails already. Oh, 2 finished items. Worsted Eleanor. DK Eleanor. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to talk about those neighbors because I have nothing nice to say about them. Anyway, do you want to talk about DK first? Now, DK Eleanor, I kept her on the 5mm because I liked the fabric of the 5mm. I went back to this one, if you remember. This was done in the 5mm. And I really like the fabric it made, but it was just a smidge too short here. Actually, I was wearing this the other day when I was making that because I was like, oh, let's look at that one and see if I like that fabric. And I do like it on the 5. I don't think it's too holey at all. I think it works well. I just would like this to be a smidge. I mean, they're not too short, but I would feel comfortable with just a little bit more length. So we went from, this one's 46 by 19, and this one we got 54 by 21, so that's an extra 8 inches on the 8 inches here, so 4 on each side and 2 at the point. But I have to tell you that even when I measure these things, they don't seem to, like, I feel like the measuring is just like a guide. Like they will measure different every time. So anyway, I'm not sure it's 4 inches on it. Well, maybe, I don't know. But I mean, it's way lower. And this for sure does not feel like it's going to slip off me at all. Had a little bit more left than I would like, but I couldn't get another row in, so. So I really do like this fabric. I like the size now. 54. It's not 58. So if you go up to, if you did this on, no, we did this on the 5, right? I don't remember what, I thought it was 58 last time. Or that was 58? Do you remember what I'm talking about? No, I don't have that down as a finished item, so. Huh. I think this was a different one. Hold on, I have more. Let me see what I did. Okay. Okay, it was the worsted and the sport, not the DK. So the DK was 46 and this is 54. Okay, so this is on the 5s. So we got 8 inches just by switching the increases. Yes. So worsted last time on a 6 with these got us, okay, we're moving on to worsted now. I didn't have one of these to look at. So we have 54 here from 46, so that's plus 8. So the old one of these was 58 by 22. So going down to 5.5, because I did not like the 6. The 6, I thought, the 6 millimeter I thought was way too open. I like this 5.5 better. So instead of 58, we got 52, which is minus 6, okay? But we also went up from 52 minus 6. We also, from the old version with the old increases, we've gained 6 inches. So if you like the more open fabric on a 6, or maybe you don't get an open fabric on the 6, maybe you get this gauge on a 6, who knows? Class, what do we say? Pick fabric you like. So this is 6 inches more than the other one, which is still you know what I think it is? I think it's what you're going to get with the, remember how a thicker fabric, it's going to be harder to wrap around you just because the fabric's thicker. So I mean, I think this is way better than the last one that was really like a shawlette. It was smaller. So we've only gained an inch here to the point, but these are, what did I say, 6 inches longer. So we got 3 on each side. So I mean, you don't have to just use one skein. That's just what I'm doing, one skein, because I like to have, I don't know. If you're going to do worsted, I think I would tell you to do it at a 6. I'm not going to do it at a 6, but you might want to do it at a 6. I think 52 is plenty long. For this, I would prefer the 58, because the 58 is what we get on the fingering, and that's perfect. I think 58 would be a goal. The DK having 54 is fine. I think that's till. I'm not real big on doing shawls in a bigger on a heavier weight, because I just don't think you get the same. I don't like things around my neck that are like strangling me, you know. I don't like that. Like, I don't like turtlenecks. I don't like any. I mean, you see what I wear, very low V-necks and scoop necks, and I don't like anything that feels like it's gonna strangle me. So a heavier shawl is not my favorite. I do prefer the fingering weight. I was surprised to find that I liked the sport weight, but I think sport weight is like just a little bit thicker than fingering and has a little less yardage, so it's not as big of a project. But I think I still do prefer shawls on fingering weight. I think you're always going to get a bigger shawl. You just always are. You're always going to get a bigger shawl. So even if I was going to do these other weights, see, but I don't think you need 2 skeins either. I think maybe you just need like a nice shawl pin. A nice shawl pin to keep that from falling. That's what I do. A lot of times I'll put it underneath. I'll take the ends and bring them up underneath and tie a little knot in the end, so it's right here. And just let it hang there, you know what I mean? But I mostly wear them in the front, because usually I have something open like this and then I'm cold there, because I don't want things. I don't know why it matters that it's a shawl, probably because if it's a light fingering shawl, then it's not going to be very heavy on my... I have so many problems. I don't even know where that one comes from. I really don't. I really don't. So those are my 2 finished objects. My only whip is Dana on Sport. And remember, this was my gray and blue skein that I overdyed pink and gray to get this lovely purple. Very pretty. I just think it really complements that one. Just so similar with just different colors. So you can see the eyelets at the top, very pretty. But then when you actually, like, after I block it, because I block, so you get like, hold on, I gotta see what you're looking at. They're so small that you can't really... Oh my god, what am I even doing here? I can't see. It just looks like a nice, pretty edge. It doesn't look like anything at all. But the great thing about when you're working it is, you know, if you're at this edge and there's no hole, you just slip that. And then when you come to this edge and there's a hole, you just make another hole. So I don't use any stitch markers. I have no stitch markers at all for this. I just read where I'm going, what I'm doing, which is my favorite way to knit. I like to just read the row below to know what I'm doing. So we'll work this to the last 10. This is probably going to be another couple days. By the weekend, I'll be done. And what's the... Oh, then we just have... here, I caked her up. Fingering weight Eleanor, which will probably take us into next month. I don't think... Oh, look at how gorgeous that is. Look at how much that pops. It's really... It kind of is that bright, actually. It's not fluorescent, but it's pretty bright. It's like the exact same colors I used here, but this has black in it and this doesn't. So it's the exact same purple and green because I mixed my own. So it's the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same 75-25. Just this has some black in it and this is just actually at a 0.5% depth of shade. It's not even at 1% depth of shade. That's how I got it so bright. I can't wait to start this. Oh, I think it's gonna look so good. And then that's the last project we have for September. Right? I think that's the last. Yes, sport and fingering. Yeah, we didn't not do anything else at all. At all. Okay, so yeah, the sport start 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, sport typically takes me 4 days to do, so this should be done by Friday, which means I'll start fingering weight on Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we'll come back in 5 days. I don't think I'll have her done in 5 days. If I do, I deserve a medal because the sport weight took me 4 days. I don't think I can do fingering in 5 days. And 6 is the end of the month. I don't think I'm gonna do that. So, but then remember, for next month, well, we're gonna get there in a second. Can we go right into that? For next month, October starts on Friday the 1st. So we're going to have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday is going to be dye project day. And so I can't even touch those dye projects until after we record on Wednesday the 6th. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure she'll be at 10 days. Could I get a fingering weight shawl done in 10 days? Maybe. I probably could. Maybe. Then it would be blocked and everything by Tuesday. Or if I'm done Tuesday night, I can block it right before I go to bed and it'll be ready for the show Wednesday. And then I'll be able to... Doesn't even matter because I can't even start the shellography until that Friday. So I technically have till Friday, I guess, to finish. Okay, anyway. So for August, planning October projects. That's our thing today. Episode 43. I don't think I've waited till the middle episode to tell you that. Anyway. Our number one project is shellography. That I'm dyeing 2 skeins for, and we're going to dye them on our dye day, October 4th. And shellography starts on the 8th. Okay? So, that in that time, we'll probably still be finishing fingering weight Eleanor, which is fine. So, I'm assuming... Now, I've never done a Stephen West pattern before, okay? I also have never done a mystery knit-along before, so... Lots of unknowns for me here, but that's okay. I'm assuming I'm really that he's putting it out on Friday because most of my work is done Monday through Friday. So I figure Amsterdam time is ahead of us, right? Ahead of... I'm on like Eastern time. So yeah, right? Where are they in the... Yeah, because we're pretty much last, right? America's last. Doesn't it go through Greenwich, like the meeting? What is the time zone thing? That's where it starts. I don't remember. Geography is not my strong suit. Neither is time zones. So, depending on what time Friday they get released, I don't like to work on hard projects on the weekends because that is the time that my husband and I will binge watch shows, or he's doing yard work, or, whatever. So, plus I've been working hard Monday through Friday. Like, I need the break on the weekend. So, one of those, I'm bringing back the shorts. Here are the shorts. I don't even know where I am on these. I don't even know where the pattern is. But we're going to finish the shorts because it's really not that much left to do. It's not anything hard. It's just paying attention, which is kind of where my problem is. So this is probably going to be my weekend projects. I'm planning on doing the shawlography Monday through Friday, like up until nighttime. However, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through each. I mean, that's 5 skeins of fingering. I don't know how big the shawl is going to be. So I'm kind of anticipating I'm going to be knitting a lot. So, oh, hey, the pattern's in here. Of course it is, because why wouldn't it be, right? Okay, so I am at... That can't be right. I'm wrap and turning already. It looks like I got to some wrap and turns. Maybe not. I'm not quite sure. I'm just gonna... I'm not even gonna look at it right now. Just nope. I'm gonna confuse myself further. So also, we also have Brianna's reunion capelet. Reunion capelet. It just got really dark in here, didn't it? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this now. I checked it earlier. Okay, this is the Brianna reunion capelet that I told you is super easy. We can do this in a weekend for sure. For sure in a weekend. And this is a purpley gray. It looks like it's got fuzzes. It's been in the bottom of my little drawer here or my little basket since the last time you saw it. It's Chonk Uru yarn. Chonk by Knit Crate. I have 5 of these. I bought a 5-pack, which will be plenty to make that. This is 82% merino, 18% Peruvian Pima cotton, super bulky, 109 yards and 100 grams. Yeah, so that can take a weekend. I don't think it takes more than 2 days. I think I knocked out my last one in a day, and this one is made on even bigger yarn, so a day maybe. We also have, what I didn't bring with me is Malayla. Now I do have an opening in November where I have a free episode, so we could do a Malayla release. November 12th, if I get her done. I mean, if I gotta figure her out. That's if I can figure her out, I guess. Then she'll be, it's not like I just have to finish her. No, I have to figure her out. So I mean, that is an open episode. We could release her if she's ready for release. That's when we'll do it. Otherwise, I might just tack her release onto whatever, you know. I wasn't planning on releasing her this year because I just wasn't. But because I have an idea again of how to start it, I'm going to go ahead and do that and see what that does, if it does anything. And again, that'll take a weekend, so, and that's mindless knitting, so I can mindlessly knit. Also, what we talked about finishing last month is I have 2 crop tops to do. Even though it's now fall, I'm not going to be wearing these. But I can still get them done, and that's night knitting. Like I said, I knit before I go to bed, and it's usually a very, very easy project. Naughty Knitting Sacks on Etsy. She usually does, she'll have shop releases Fridays, so this bag has fornicating skeletons inside. So I'm just saying you might want to check her out. What else? Tops. Well, Okay, so the shawlography, I've already shown you guys my colors, right? I mean, my colors aren't going to be done until dye day, but these are the two reds that I have. How's my hair get on everything? And can you see the difference that, yeah, one is burgundy and one is like a crimson. So there's actually a pretty big difference in these colors. So I think the teal will go better with this. And then I still don't know what to make with this, but this I can always pair with black. That is always doable with black. So this will get used either way. This one probably would just get over dyed. So as long as it looks good with the teal. And what I wanted was colors that would look good with every other color. That seems to be when you're picking your color. Like, I watched his videos for picking color, and he said light, medium, dark, and pops of color. So if I do 2 grays and a black, that's light, medium, dark. And if I do crimson and teal, that's 2 pops of color. So I figured then all of them, like teal's gonna go with both grays and the black and the red. The red's gonna go with the teal, the black, both grays. So I don't think any of them are not gonna look, and of course these are gonna be fine. As long as I can get enough contrast between those 2 grays, it'll be fine, which I'm sure I will. It'll be fine. And I'm actually wondering if I should do if this gray should be my light and I go even darker gray. But then I think I might be a little, I might be pushing it at that point. But we'll see what happens, because if I only have 2 undyed ones, so that I only have 1 shot, which is kind of scary. And I have it in my resting knit face that I got from Stephen and Penelope shop. Stephen and Penelope, right? Stephen and Penelope? I got a bunch of bags from them. That is actually the bag. He was like, he did a video of him just throwing yarn in that bag, and I was like, that bag holds so much yarn, I need it. So it's going to be my shopping tote for when I go yarn shopping. Because I'm ridiculous. Okay, so that is all I have planned to make for the month. Because I don't know how often I'm going to be working on the shawlography, and the shorts. The shorts is like a lot of thinking and then a lot of knitting and seeing if my thinking worked out or not. So I don't know. Otherwise, they're pretty quick. I don't think those are gonna, if I don't mess up, those won't take me very long. The reunion capelet can be done in a weekend for sure. Malayla, a weekend. Tops at night, and I have a lot of tops. So if I get those 2 crop tops done, I have a ton of other tops. Like I can come up with 3 other ones at the top of my head right now that I have. So no big deal. So if I'm running out, I have other, of course, things that I can work on. I did get the Dragon Hoard yarn Witchling, is that what it's called? That I talked about last time. Witchling sweater was released. I think it's $8. I'm not sure. Now, you have to be careful because on the project page on Ravelry, I don't know if it still says that, but it had her DK tweed as a suggested yarn. But then when I got the pattern, it has her sport. So I don't have any sport. I had these sports that I dyed up, so I don't have any sport. So I have to order sport. So that will not be an October project. It wasn't going to be an October project because I had shawlography. So that's going to be probably my main November project. So I need to put in an order 4 yarn, which is okay because remember October, we're going to dye every Monday of the month. Every Monday is going to be dye day. So the first dye day, the 4th, is going to be shawlography. I don't think I think I have anything else to over dye. You know, usually I have something that's going to be over dyed black, but I think I only have those 2 skeins, which is good because I want to focus on the color that I want, and I want to focus on getting the color right. I might do some minis as practice to make sure I have the right color, that I'm happy with the color, because we're doing gray and teal, and I've not made a teal other than my little swatch. And the grays, we've seen how disastrous those grays, and I wanted to do platinum. Now I don't think I'm going to do platinum. I think I might do tornado. I wanted like a nice silver. Oh my god, it's getting cold in here. I thought I wanted like a silvery, like a light gray. I'm not sure. So we'll see what I come up. I might do some minis and, you know, see what since all the other colors are solidly colored, I want to make sure I get a solid, you know, I don't want to do tonal. I want to make sure they're solidly colored. So anyway, then we have 3 other dye days, and this weekend, I'm going to go through my inventory and see what I have. I have a lot. I'm going to go through my inventory and see what I have, and come up with what I need to order. And then on Monday, I think I'm going to put in an order, because that gives me, if I order on the 27th, that gives me 2 weeks before I need it. Well, I'm sure I have enough of something to put in the pot, so technically 3 weeks before I need it. But Wool to Dye For is pretty quick about shipping off what they do have in stock. I'll be ordering from Wool to Dye For. So those dye days are this weekend. I'm also going through my my folder of dye inspiration, because I'd like to have a good mix of what I'm going to be offering, because I want to do some variegations, and I'm probably going to stick with sock yarn for most of it, just because then you can make a shawl, or you can make a socks. And I also wanted to actually, sock yarn's easier to unload. I think it's more likely people are gonna buy sock yarn. I also I think I have some non-superwash bases that I'd like to also do, because I want to be able to get the people that don't want nylon and don't want superwash. So I'll probably get that in a fingering weight for shawls. And then I'll figure out which ones I want to do. I want to try to get a good representation of color. And if you go through the dye projects we did earlier in the year, when we did Hillary's on all the, remember we did the half and half, the tricolor, the 3/4 color, and the 1/4 color. We did all those. You can see the main, I tried to hit as many colors as I could, even blue that I don't like. But I'm focusing on goth colors and focusing on darker, moody colors. And I want to do some variegation. So I'm not quite sure. Probably every skein is going to have some black in it somewhere. I might do some grays. But I'm kind of thinking of some eye-popping, moody variegations, because I never see those. Ever. And that's kind of what I want to bring to the table and say, here, moody goth goodness. Make some goth socks or something. And since it's close to Halloween, I can play around with orange, even though someone made a shawl. I'm trying to think of who it was. If it was, oh my God. Who was it? I saw it on Instagram. I want to say it's that, oh, she makes the things. I also eventually want to do fadients, which is a gradient, but it's also a fade. So it's not just a gradient is typically one color, but a fadient is like a gradient with colors. Hold on, this would be, I think, screenshots. Her shawl was so gorgeous. I was like, oh my God. And you know I don't like orange at all. Ah. Knitting Takes Balls. Yeah, it's what's her name. She did this emerald shawl in black and black and orange. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm not like an orange person, but I was like, I would make yarn like that, but I wouldn't. I don't think I won't wear orange. Does not go well with my coloring, so I wouldn't wear it. But I thought it was gorgeous, and I was like, oh my God, someone needs to wear that immediately. All right, so I think we're done. I was thinking I might put some color inspiration pictures on Instagram and have you pick the ones you like. But I just thought sock yarn was a good base to go, you know, nylon, superwash merino nylon, and then maybe just as a non-superwash option. Fingering weight. Unless you want cashmere, I don't know. Because 3 dye days, and I could do at least 2 different ones, because I have 2 half pans. So I could probably, well, I'll probably use my full pan if I'm using full skein, so I could probably do up to 3, honestly. I could probably do up to 3 colorways in a dye day, probably. So that would be 9, but I'm not sure now I want to do 9. Maybe 6, 2, 2, and 2. If I came up with 6 half a dozen colorways. So I got to figure out how many I'm going to do, how many skeins I'm going to need, and what colors I'm going to do. Not too much work at all. I feel like my hair looks like it wasn't quite shaved right. It looks weird, right? It doesn't feel any different. I think my head just is shaped weird. Like, don't you wish you could shave your head and look like Sinead O'Connor? And I know I'm not going to look like Sinead O'Connor. She does not have a blotchy face and glasses. I don't think anyone looks bald, like, looks good bald except for her. Anyone else love? Oh God, I love her. Anyway, okay, this is like so dark you can't see anything. It looks like we're like gonna get a storm. I'm so hoping we get a storm. Anyway, happy fall. Are you excited? So that is the far tree is pine, and then this one is cherry, but behind it there's a pine, and then this one so backwards. This is an oak, and the oak is already shedding her leaves, and then in the front we have another oak and like half a dozen maple. And oh my god, I'm waiting for the maples to turn and drop. They always do it late, because did you see that Halloween dress I bought Lola? It's like Halloween. I've been planning a photo shoot with her because it looks like a wedding gown. It looks like she's marrying Christmas, and it's hilarious. And I'm like, we're doing a photo shoot because it was from a Spoiled Brats Wear, a maker of dog outfits, who is amazing. And I was like, she doesn't know, but I'm gonna take like, we're gonna do a whole photo shoot, and I'm gonna send her the pictures so she can use them in her, you know, whatever she wants to use them for. But it's like a gown. It's hilarious. It is the best thing I've ever bought for her, hands down. It's the best. It makes me so happy. Anyway, oh, and then Maya is being released October 15th. So October 15th, Maya will be released. Everything will be done. If you guys are doing my patterns, would you at me? Would you at me on your things? Post pictures in the Ravelry group that I never go into. Would you somehow let me know that you're doing patterns? Because I don't think anyone's doing it. I know one person said she was, but I don't know if she's actually doing them. Yeah, I got a lot to do this weekend. I got a whole lot to do this weekend. I got to get everything planned for the shop opening. Like, I got to get I have to plan every colorway I'm going to do. This is insane. Like, who waits to this? See, I can't work without pressure. I have to work under a deadline or it doesn't work. And it's not like I haven't spent this whole time thinking of, I have a few ideas. I'm not going to do, well, maybe I will do a green and purple and black, even though I've done like 2 of them for myself. Maybe I'll do one of those. I don't know. I haven't decided. I don't know what you guys are going to want. I don't know. I figure if no one buys them, I'll just start doing giveaways all the time. Like, what are we giving away this week? I don't know. This one. Okay, I'm getting out of here because it's getting dark. God, I'm gonna have to go inside because I can't work. It's too dark out here to work. I think it's gonna storm. It smells like it might rain, but I don't remember seeing rain in the forecast. It rained yesterday. Unable to show weather info for this location. Why are you unable to show weather? There we go. Yeah, add it to the list. No, it just, oh yeah. Do you see that? We're about to get some storms. No, we're right here. Storm, yeah. 99% at 4 o'clock. It's like almost 2. Yeah. Might come out here and sit out here and watch the storm. Okay. Next week is, I changed the name of it. September Finished Objects, and I don't know why, but last month's August Finished Objects has like over 80 views. I think it's my most watched episode, and then nobody like watched any. There's like 2 more episodes, I think. So there's a Dye Project and then Data's Release, and those have like 20 views. It's like, where did those 40 other people go? They did not stay to watch my show. And I realized that Dye Project is probably a show that not a lot of people are going to want to watch. Because if you're not into dyeing, you can watch like the first half and then, you know, you don't have to watch. But if That is the police officer. No. They have the new weird ones. Anyway, yarn dyeing is still such a secret that I don't want it to be a secret, and that's why I give you what I'm doing. I give you the formulas, the percentages of what I'm doing, because if you want to dye your own yarn, you should. You should dye your own yarn. If it's art. It is art. And even if you're not going to sell it, it's art. If you want to sell it, sell it. Sure, there are a lot of indie dyers, and that doesn't matter, because there's always room for another one. There's always room for another one. And what I'm hoping is that I can get like some people in other countries, like in Australia or in England or Germany or wherever they are, that if they want to make these exact things that I'm making, they can make them and they can sell them and they can do whatever, because it's so much easier to buy yarn in your own country. So I don't want you to have to buy mine if you could buy them locally, you know what I mean? It's so much better for the environment too. There's no shipping or anything. So if you want to dye yarn, dye yarn. Because I think it was Ruth Loves to Knit, I think. She said there's enough dyers in the world, and I was, dye, just do it. Just, if you like it, if you enjoy the process, do it. And someone said to me, every color is someone's favorite color. And I gotta tell you, because we know that there are colors that are not my favorite. But I know there is someone very well known in the knitting world that loves orange, and it's my least favorite color in the world. And I'm sure there's someone else that loves brown. I don't know of anyone that loves brown, but I'm sure there is. My favorite color is black. I don't know if you got that, but my favorite color is black. I would make everything in black if I could. Literally would. Everything in black, but just a different fiber content. Totally would. That is like my dream, is everything being black, but being a different fiber content. Oh, did I tell you I redid my Knit Crate subscription? Because I miss trying out different blends, and I saw their Halloween colors. I was like, well, any of those, you know. And plus, most of those, if I don't like them, I dye them black and work them up anyway. So it doesn't matter. It's a different fiber content. I do think they're still a little bit overpriced, but I can afford it, so might as well. Might as well. It's something that keeps me learning and keeps me engaged, and you know, I'm excited to like get dyeing and see if I can keep that up every Monday. I mean, I'm probably not going to do that every Monday. I don't really know how the shop's going to go. I still have this fear that no one's going to buy anything, and then, oh well, I'll just dye everything black. Why not? Anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I gotta do a wool to dye for order. I got that. I think that's where my favorite sport base came from. I'm hoping that I have found the sport base from those shawls that was so soft. I asked her, but she didn't answer me. I asked her a couple things in that note to seller on Etsy, and she didn't answer any of the questions, so maybe she didn't read it. I don't know. I don't sell on Etsy, so I don't know how that all works. I probably should have just messaged her, but that's fine. I bought a different bag. I'm waiting for it to ship. Hopefully I'll have that to show you next week, because it is gorgeous. And I'll probably use it for my when I make my witchling. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna ramble on. So I'm gonna go because it just became nighttime, and it's not even. It's 1:47 in the afternoon. It's dark. Okay. So, thank you for spending the afternoon with me, and I hope you had a relaxing time. Do you have things you're going to make next month? Feel free to drop them in the comments. I would love to interact with you. If you want to leave a comment about anything that we talked about, anything we didn't talk about, anything you'd like to talk about on a future episode, feel free to reach out. I am here. I am open to suggestions. Oh, look at this. Yes. This is the one-man. It's the one-man crew because the other guys came yesterday. Perfect timing. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. I will see you next week. Bye.